Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your mid-month reading. I am bringing you messages for the middle of the month, though it's not date or time specific. And we're looking at twin flames growing. So I am working hard here to bring you positive, uplifting messages, or to at least show you the ways in which you've grown in connection with your divine counterpart. Even if you're in separation, no worries. We're all souls having a human experience, and so therefore we're all growing. If you're breathing, you're growing, okay? If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe. Join us here. We need all the positive energy we can get. Your energy just being here as somebody who's a subscriber will lift the vibration of the channel. Also, while I'm on it, in the first paragraph of the description box, right next to the link to the extended video, which there will be one, is a link to join the Priestess Lounge, which is a private Facebook group. We're over 55 now. This is a personal invitation I am extending to those of you watching, especially if you are looking for more positive communication, possibly in a smaller group of like-minded individuals, men and women, as long as you know that we are very femme positive there, so be prepared. Please click the link. It gives you immediate access. I think there's one question about where you are on your twin flame journey, but it's a checkbox. You don't even have to type anything, okay? So that's my invitation to you. If you're returning here, you know how much I appreciate you. Your comments are wonderful. The way you share so openly really helps all of us. So I want to thank you for that. I do try to comment back to everybody's comments. It's growing fast and furious, which I'm happy about. But I will always make it my aim to connect with those of you who are reaching out. That's the way it works. Okay. Ready? I am pulling two cards from the Whispers of Love, one for Divine Masculine, one for Divine Feminine. And what we get here, Scorpio, is speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. It almost has a twin energy to it. So, and I love that there's the full moon there. So if you're here as a Scorpio masculine, that card's for you. If you're here as the Scorpio feminine, that card is the energy for your divine masculine, if that helps you understand how this is going to play. Also, these videos are good for Scorpio sun and rising. If the message doesn't speak to you, no worries. Go check out the other video. If you're here for your sun, check the rising, vice versa. Also, these full zodiac readings, these individual zodiac readings, I should say, they're really a great place to cross-watch. I do it all the time. I get the best messages for myself when I cross-watch for my divine counterpart's sun sign. So I'm just offering that up in case you feel a little sad that the message doesn't resonate. There are a lot of other options. Okay. The feminine gets express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. Well, we are in a very challenging time now here on the globe. If you're watching this in March 2020 or anywhere probably within months of that. So it's not always easy, and we don't have much discretionary spending money, but I will say that there are lots of tokens of love. There have been tokens of love coming to you, from you to me. There have been tokens of love of email messages sent to me to say, I appreciate that reading, or I appreciate your work, or keep shining your light. That is an expression of love, and I receive it. So if you can express your love in a way that works with your budget, please do so. Okay, it's as easy as a text. Yesterday I think I did the Aquarius reading, and a friend of mine popped in my head out of the blue during the reading. She just showed up, and it's not like that happens very often. Sometimes it happens more with you guys, because as you comment and I get to know your signs and I get to know who shows up in the comments, I feel you guys show up in my readings more than my friends do, because that's the whole point. I'm reading for the collective of people watching. And she showed up, and so I sent her links to the video and the extended, and she was like, you don't know how much that meant to me. It totally brightened my day. And I thought, it's such a simple little thing. So that's my example of how to pay it forward with your energy. Okay, I digress. This is the Goddess Guidance Oracle. One card for you, Scorpio, Green Tarot. Start delegating. Oh my gosh, this is so good for you. Ask others, including me, meaning Green Tarot, the Goddess Green Tarot, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. This is a goddess energy of offloading, whatever it is. Offloading tasks, offloading all the stress that may be building up within you, Scorpio. I know how you roll. You're very, very competent people, and you do take on a lot, but all of a sudden it all starts to like drill down deep, and you kind of start to get overloaded. And I feel that this is a good heads up for those of you who need to offload karmic energy, negative karmic energy. That means put the headphones in, listen to some binaural beats, okay, whatever megahertz works for you. Okay, guided meditations. I happen to love David G. He's wonderful. Do whatever you need to do to offload negative karma, negative energy, all the oppressive energy coming at us from all around us, but also delegate in your freaking household. If you have kids, they need to start helping you out. If you have loved ones that you're caring for right now, you may need to hire out some extra hands, okay? Okay. We're looking at the growth. Remember, divine masculine energy comes through as looking at things from a fresh perspective. Hangman. This is enlightened energy. This is a spiritual card. It is sacrifice, delaying gratification. I love that the masculine shows up that way. It is a card of Pisces. FYI, and the feminine shows up as, look, I'm going to focus on the joy. Nine of Cups. I am focusing on the joy. This already feels like such a lovely way to start the connection. Oh my gosh, Scorpio. For many of you, there is an element here. This isn't Leo energy. You may be dealing with a Leo or a Pisces. It doesn't matter. There is an energy here of being protected in your vulnerability with each other. This is a card of happiness. It's the happiest card in the deck. Please know that these three cards, as I sit here and look at them, tell me so much about who I'm speaking to. I am speaking to people to a divine counterpart couple who are hopeful and focusing on the positive and feeling safe and protected in their vulnerability at this time. That's huge. That's huge. Ooh, when I do the extended, I'll be using this deck to pull the following cards. Blocks to overcome in this connection. A block or a challenge. A card representing the strength within this connection to help you overcome the block or challenge. The divine masculine's actions, behaviors, or intentions toward the feminine right now. The feminine's actions, behaviors, or intentions toward the masculine. Outcome and timing cards. So the extendeds go in much further detail, but for now I want to pull additional cards for how is this divine masculine growing. Five of Swords. This came out in another reading for the feminine. I will address what I think it's about. And for the feminine, Queen of Wands. This is the energy of going after what you want. It is standing in your power. It's very creative. It's very passionate. I'm sorry, not the queen, the king. King of Wands. Very passionate, very magnetic, very powerful. It's still going after what you want. What I like about the King of Wands here in the way that the feminine is growing is it suggests possibly a little more emphasis given to the yang, to their masculine energy within, which is good. We're at it, we're reaching critical mass here in most of our lives around the globe, and it's important sometimes that we rely on our more strategy. I know that this sounds very stereotypical. I am not saying women cannot strategize. I'm saying when I look at the tarot, the difference between a king and a queen is the queen is operating from emotional depths. The king is operating from swords energy, mental energy, reasoning, logic, intellect, strategy. That's the difference between the two. Other than that, they're very similar. And I kind of want to say here that this feels very forward. It feels like action taking instead of being more relaxed and yin. So you can still be the divine feminine and be operating out of your masculine energy in your life. You can even be doing that within the connection because it's needed now. I am seeing a masculine who's trying to overcome their need to posture, their need to, this is head games and what do you call it? It's like winning at all cost. It's moving the pieces around the chessboard so that you win the game always. That's changing. This masculine is looking at things from a fresh perspective, trying to look at this connection with new eyes, and they're no longer working to gain things. That's a big shift. That's growth. Oh my God, okay. So, Hanged Man. Why is the Hanged Man here as the energy of this masculine? I feel that this masculine is pulling away from some external conflict. This can be conflict in this connection, trying to examine what that was about, but, because it's coming from the outside. It can represent inner conflict because I see it here with an inner facing card, but it has to do with manifestation. So I feel what I'm seeing here is somebody who's sort of looking within or pulling back to be sure that they're assessing the conflict correctly before they manifest what they truly desire. It's a positive. It's definitely a positive. And I feel that this is someone who is trying to disengage from chaotic energy. The Hanged Man, right? Pulls back, sacrifice, delayed gratification, doesn't really interact. And then the conflict card, it feels like trying to disengage from that, from wherever that source of conflict is coming. And the feminine, I don't think it's coming from the feminine. 9 of Cups here, focused on the joy, on the emotional contentment, their gratitude. Oh, now we have the 2 and 3 of Wands. Yeah, I feel this is somebody who is focused on the gratitude, moving toward love now, Knight of Cups. So after some setback, some heartache or a heavy-heartedness, I'm feeling there was maybe a breakdown here, that there's now gratitude that is over because we're choosing a path. The feminine is looking out on the horizon and saying, I got 2 paths before me. There's one that's definitely better for me. And it feels like there's an overcoming, an emotional, this is cups, it's emotions. It is your energy, Scorpio. If you're here as the feminine, this is sort of being grateful to be getting over, to be dealing with heartache or a broken heart, maybe choosing a path that moves toward love. Yeah. And there may have been a conflict between you, and this masculine is now answering that 2 of Wands by saying, yeah, let's manifest this. Let's manifest happier days. Okay. Sorry, I got a little coronavirus alert. Interesting energy though, and let's look at this sun, so beautiful. Sun is here. Queen of Swords. Yes, okay. 10 of Wands and working together. So I feel like what's happening here And what you're working together toward is restoring a sense of balance, fairness, and equal give and take in this connection. So that's what you're working together on, very much here in the 3D. I like that. What I think is happening in the connection is this Queen of Swords is about a coming together, a meeting of the minds to talk about things in an open, honest way. Open, honest, vulnerable, truth comes out, lay down the burden. So I kind of feel like what I'm seeing here is there's been like a, what did I just had it in my head, darn it. There's been a resolution here. There's been a sort of a meeting of the minds and an agreement to lay down this burden. I feel that I'm talking to a couple who has either expressed in an honest and vulnerable way what their displeasure or upset was, or that's about to happen, and that will be behind you. If you've already had these frank discussions, then that's why you're choosing a path to move toward love as the feminine, and that's why you're resisting conflict now and manifesting an end to that struggle. That's what I see here. The connection is beautiful. And then, yes, working together, 3 of Pentacles, to restore a sense of balance and fairness and equal give and take. It's a gracious energy, very gracious. How has this masculine grown? Why is the 5 of Swords here? Well, you know, this is answering the call of this connection. The 5 of Swords leading, I feel it's forgiveness and second chances. I get the impression that this is a masculine who's used to strategizing, you know, if I do X, then she'll do Y, or if I do X, then he'll do Y. It depends on your connection. Your gender doesn't matter. If you're operating as the masculine, you probably know that you're the one that's taking all the action, and being a little bit more forward-facing in how things roll out in this connection. If you're the feminine, you're usually allowing things to evolve more organically over time. Anyhow, 5 of Swords, Judgment. Judgment is energy of Scorpio showing up right here. And it is second chances, an end to the pain of the past, an end to a painful chapter here. So there was some game playing. I feel there's been forgiveness, or there is a request for forgiveness here, and an end to a painful cycle. This is a masculine who's balancing their energies. This has come out for the masculine in a bunch of readings. It's tempering the energies, being patient, letting all the tensions die down, and then coming at the, using this Hanged Man, this fresh perspective to come toward the feminine in a way that's more balanced and fair, and an effort to work through it together. That's a lot of growth. The feminine here has grown in terms of standing in their power. King of Wands, please. Very independent. Very independent. 9 of Pentacles with Page of Swords. Almost feel like this feminine is watching, looking for information in small places. King of Wands, Page of Swords. The growth here is about remaining independent while standing in their power, while going after what they want. It could be that this is a feminine who is observing their masculine, who's kind of keeping tabs. It doesn't feel creepy in this setting. It just feels like looking for information before leaping, before taking action. The King of Wands takes action, but this little Page of Swords almost feels like the feminine here is sending out trial balloons to make sure that whatever it is they're about to take action on is going to work in their favor and support them here in the 3D. The 9 of Pentacles is very, it's like she's a step right before we get to Empress energy. You know, she's got a lot of Mother Earth energy, a lot of giving, loving. She's an attractor. She generous, grounded, stable, productive. So I love that energy showing up here for the feminine. It feels, I like that I have King of Wands and then 9 of Pentacles. Like, yeah, I know what I want. I'm going to go after it, but I'm going to scope things out for it first and make sure it supports my needs. Okay, and look what's on the bottom there. More of the Hangman energy. So beautiful Scorpio, if you are feeling that this message is speaking to you, the link to the extended is below. I'll see you there in a second. Otherwise, the other link is to the Priestess Lounge. Please join us there. I hope this finds you well. I'm sending you messages of love and safety and holding you in protective light. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Okay. Bye, Scorp.